Hello children, welcome to the social class. We are going to see our new chapter, the Western Desert, the Thar. Is in the previous chapter we saw about the Great Northern Plains. It is located in the Himalayas. It lies to the south of the Himalayas and in the north of the Deccan Plateau of India. And it is a great fertile plain of the world also, and it extends from Punjab to Assam. And then these are formed of three rivers, the Satluj, the Ganga and the Brahmaputra rivers. And then the fertile plains are thickly populated, and the major crops grown in the plains are wheat, rice, sugarcane and jute. And then tea is also grown in West Bengal and Assam. Is in this chapter we are going to see about the Thar Desert. See, look at this map. Thar Desert, the Great Indian Desert, it is located in the western part of our country, western part of the Aravalli ranges. See, desert means it is a dry, barren, often sand covered, desolate and waterless land without any vegetation. We all know about the desert. It is a very dry and barren area, is without water, waterless land and without any vegetation also. And then desert, it is divided into two types in general. There are two types of desert in general: hot desert and cold desert. These are called deserts because there is shortage of moisture in both, leading to absence of vegetation and human habitation. See, these are called desert because there is shortage of moisture in both, leading to absence of vegetation and human habitation also. And then hot desert. See, look at the map. The Thar, it is a hot desert. The Thar Desert, it is a hot desert, and you will notice the following three facts about the hot deserts in the world. These deserts are generally marked in yellow color. The hot desert, it is marked in yellow color, and then these deserts are found near the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. These deserts, either it may found near Tropic of Cancer or otherwise near the Tropic of Capricorn. And then these deserts are found in the western part of the continent. These deserts are found in the western parts of the continent. Location of the Thar Desert. The Thar Desert lies in the western part of Aravalli ranges of Rajasthan in India. The Thar Desert, it lies in the western part of Aravalli ranges of Rajasthan in India, and it is also called the Great Indian Desert. The Thar Desert, it is also called the Great Indian Desert, and it stretches from the Rann of Kutch in Gujarat to the borders of Haryana. It stretches from Rann of Kutch in Gujarat to Haryana, and then on its east it is the Aravalli range of hills. On the eastern side it is the Aravalli range of hills, and then the Thar Desert is about 800 km long and 500 km wide. The length of Thar Desert is about 800 km long, and then the width 500 km wide, and it is partly rocky and sandy. And then climate of the Thar, we all know about the climate of desert. The desert's climate will be very hot and dry. The climate of the Thar. The desert region remains hot and dry throughout the year. Throughout the year, the desert region, it remains hot and dry. And then during summer, the days are very hot and dry. During summer season, the days are very hot and dry. And then the nights are, however, cool because the sand heats and cools down quickly. The sand, it heats and cools down quickly, so the night are, however, cool. And during the winter season, the days are warm but nights are very cold. During summer season, the days are very hot and dry, and then during winter season, the days are very warm but nights are very cold. So the range of temperature remains very wide. There is very little or no rainfall in the desert region. Yes, there is very little rainfall or otherwise no rainfall in the desert region. And in some areas like Jaisalmer and then Bikaner etc., there are no rains for years. Yes, these are the some places there are no rains for years. And then vegetation of the Thar. There is always shortage of water in desert areas. So there are very few trees. Yes, vegetation it is not possible in the desert areas because there is always the shortage of waters in desert areas. So only there are very few trees available in the desert regions. Yes, scattered bushes and thorny shrubs are found everywhere. Cactus, kikar and then babul, kyar are some trees in the desert. And then features of the desert vegetation. The vegetation has the following features. Yes, vegetation it is less possibility in desert. See, some features are there in desert vegetation. The trees have long roots which go deep into the soil in search of moisture. Yes, if there is a tree in a desert region, the tree's roots are very long so that it can observe, it can search the moisture of the soil. Yes, and then some trees have thick barks which prevent loss of moisture. Yes, some trees they have thick barks so that it can prevent from the loss of moisture. And then small and waxy leaves help in preserving water, and in some plants or trees there will be small and waxy leaves which helps in preserving water. And then some plants they have leaves in shape of thorns to prevent excessive loss of moisture. Yes, these are the features of desert vegetation. And then land features of the Thar. There is a soil erosion caused by the wind as the land is dry and there is absence of vegetation. Is due to the absence of vegetation and due to the dry land, the soil erosion may be caused by the wind, and this results in the formation of sand dunes which keep shifting and destroying cultivable land. Yes, this soil erosion it results in the formation of sand dunes and it keeps shifting and destroy the cultivable land. And in some places oases are formed, and oasis is a place in a desert where water is found. See, look at here. An oasis it is a place in a desert where water is found, and then a few settlements or small villages are clustered around these oases. Yes, a few settlements and small villages they can clustered around these oases. Dates and then palms and plums grow well here due to the availability of water. Yes, due to the availability of water in the desert areas, see that dates, plums and then palms will grow well due to the availability of water in the desert region. Yes, that's all children. Your class was over. Note down your homework. What do you mean by desert? And then define oasis. What does mean by oasis? And write the features of the desert vegetation. There are 4 features of the desert vegetation. So read out fully and write it in your homework note. Thank you children. We will meet in the next class.